We're rolling. Welcome to SecurityGuideTV.com and SecurityGuideRadio.com at Infuse 2017, Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, Guidance Software. I do so many of these shows, I got to try and remember where I am sometimes.
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name's Megan.
What's the name of your company?
Well, I'm a student at Champlain College in Burlington,
This
Vermont.
is fabulous. All right. So you're learning forensics.
Yes, I'm a digital forensics major.
And you're a female, I noticed.
Yes.
This is very significant.
Thank you for noticing.
Because there's a huge shortage of females in IT.
I know.
It's a major problem.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you want to get into this?
Well, I took a forensics class in high school, and I knew someone who went to Champlain for digital forensics, and I like computers, and forensics was fun, so I decided to combine them, go to college for it. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming you're like in your 20s?
Yeah, I'm 20.
Okay, 20 exactly, right?
Yeah.
My daughter's 24. She's a nurse. Computers doesn't interest her, right? And I find that there's a gap in this industry. I had my first computer in '84. It was 2 floppy drives. I used DOS. You probably never even heard of DOS. It was the disk operating system, and you had to type in commands to make the thing work, right? And then, as I grew up with computers, I learned how it worked, and then all of a sudden, you know, your generation's born that, what, haven't we always had smartphones, Grandma? What are you talking about? And you take the technology for granted. And that generation seems to not be engaged in the technology as much, which is why I think there is a shortage. Where in my day it was like, wow, a flip phone, oh my God, that's the latest, greatest thing. And the technology was so new and different. Now it just looks day to day, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's great that you're engaged in this and you're studying the forensic part of it. Why did that attract you?
Oh boy. I don't know. I didn't really know what it was going into it.
Okay.
So first day of classes, started talking about topologies. Completely went over my head.
Yeah.
But I decided to stick with it, and I really like it. It's a lot of problem solving and investigating, which I really like to do. So it's kind of.
And there's zero unemployment in that business. Did you know that?
No.
There are 1 million people short of qualified IT professionals. You're always going to have a job.
No, that's nice.
Yeah, especially if you now. You're going to college, and what kind of degree are you getting? I didn't go to college. So I don't get degrees in semesters. I don't even know what a semester is, right? So tell us what you're getting a degree in.
I'm getting a bachelor's in computer and digital forensics.
So there's actually a degree in that?
Yes.
Wow. And that's under, it's Bachelor of Science?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. And is it a 4-year college or community college?
It's
or what?
4 years.
Okay.
It's a private college.
Is that a fairly new offering for a degree, do you think?
In terms of forensics, I think it's fairly new in the past decade or so, but I've known a few people that have graduated from there, and I'll go out into the industry, so.
Is math part of your curriculum? You have to take extra math classes?
I have to take a stats class, but only one.
Oh, stats, that's interesting. Because I guess when you compile the data, it kind of comes out as that kind of algorithm and stuff, yeah. Now, what do you want to do for a career? What are you looking at?
Oh boy, that's $1 million question. I have to decide kind of where I want to go. Maybe a little bit of incident response. And,
okay. So as a forensic investigator, you have a lot of places you can go with that and use it.
So.
What do you think the next big threat is?
Oh boy. Well, this summer I'm interning, and I guess they get a lot of ransomware cases.
Yeah.
So that's in the news recently. That's been a big deal. So.
Yeah. What was that? What was that called again?
WannaCry.
WannaCry. The last guest I had on, I was joking with him, and I said, "Why all of a sudden is everybody concerned about WannaCry? Because this stuff's been going on a long time. Bigger versions of it, right? I think it's a marketing. I think WannaCry is a great marketing name, and people just said WannaCry. That sounds catchy, and the CEOs caught on to it. People became aware of it, but I think that's a good thing. Yeah. Now, as a female in the business, you're definitely a minority as a worker, right? Do they teach you that kind of stuff in school? Do they train you in any kind of, trending industry trends or anything like that, or they talk about that kind of stuff?
Not really. I mean, in my classes, I'm one of 2 females in almost all my
really?
classes.
So that holds true to the employment part of it.
Yeah. So I've been kind of gradually just getting used to it, and
how does it make you feel?
I've gotten used to it. I mean, in the beginning, it was kind of daunting having all these males around me, and just like, so they're so smart, and I'm not really knowing a lot about computers in the beginning, but I'm definitely learning and hopefully getting a lot better. So.
Listen, Megan, let me tell you a secret. Men are not the smarter species, okay? That's not how it works.
Yeah.
They're not. But I can see where you would feel intimidated by that.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of an error, very similar to my doctor. Well, she's retired now, but she was one of the first female doctors in her medical school, right? Back in the late 40s, early 50s. I think this is what's happening again. Well, we don't need women in the IT business because, I live in my basement with my mother and I hardly come out and only boys can do that kind of stuff. It's just, it's a stereotype, right? But it's not too far from true sometimes. And I think bringing women into it just makes a lot more sense. But you'll just have to be strong in there and make sure they don't treat you like one of the boys. You want to be respected, that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
How many more years you got to go?
I'm going to be a senior next year, so one more year until I graduate.
And so. Now, you plan on getting anything higher than that? Do they offer, like, you know, masters or PhDs and this kind of stuff?
There is a master's, but I'm not going to get it right away. Probably going to take a few years and get settled in a job and then see where I want to go.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Megan, this has been fascinating. I'm so glad we got to talk to you as a student because I always wondered what was going on in that profession.
Yeah, thank you.
So, do you have any idea what you think people could do better with their computers?
Just be more aware of like what you do on a computer and like know all the threats out there and how to combat that, I guess. Like there's so many illiterate people out there on computers that they don't really know what they're doing.
Do you think your generation has a better handle on that part of it? That they know that that's a scammer, that's fake? Whereas my generation, you know, we grew up with black and white TV, and to us it's magic. The computer's magic. To you guys, it's like, well, yeah, that's science.
I think we understand technology better, but there's definitely a lot of people out there that still get tricked into scams and.
Right.
Yeah, so actually I was trying to find housing in DC, and half of them on Craigslist were scams, and it was so hard trying to find one that was actual real and didn't want me to like wire them money or anything. So I'm like, this doesn't sound right.
Well, good for you, Megan. Good luck with your career.
Oh,
and I'm sure we're going to see you in some trade magazine one day.
Hopefully.
As the head forensic scientist or something. Thanks for coming on Security Guy TV.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, we're out.